What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the Throttle YouTube channel. My name is Quinn, and today we're going to be working on our Honda S2000. But this engine is a little old. It's got some seeps, it's got some leaks, and we're going to be pulling it out and doing a ton of maintenance on it. So the first step, we got to get this F22 out of the engine bay so we can clean everything and start diagnosing the minor issues that it does have. So let's get into it. First step, we're gonna drain all the fluids and need to get the engine oil out. We're gonna get our coolant out, and we also recently just got an AC service machine, so I'm gonna vac down the whole AC system, and I think we're gonna pull the compressor with the engine. Got an AC machine here.
When did we get this?
Like last week, and I haven't used it yet. We're gonna see how well it works. I used to service AC machines at my last job, but the last job I worked at, it wasn't this though. So there's gonna be a little bit of learning to do here, I think.
So what do you got? You got a red line and a blue line?
So you got a low side and a high side. There we go. And it will read our pressures, which are terrible right now because the car hasn't ran and the AC's been off. So we're gonna plug her on in, press OK to start. Is that okay?
Thumbs up is okay.
Thumbs up is okay? And it just sucks all the Freon, just right out. And we'll have no Freon left, so then we just take the line off, we're good.
Wow, that's crazy.
So to fill it back up, we're gonna need to get Freon. There's none in this tank, and then we need PAG oil.
What if I just cut this line right now?
Then it would go
And the shop would be annihilated.
And then
Yeah, you know how
you do
many
that,
times
there'd
I
be
did that
AC
in my
everywhere,
house?
you ruin our machines, and then, dude, SWAT through the roof. Kick in. Everyone's down here, guns. And then Ricky's going off in the back of a SWAT van. AC system is drained, our coolant is draining currently, so we're gonna wait to pull the radiator out. We're gonna get the air box out first and then start tackling the cooling system. If you haven't already, make sure to subscribe to the Throttle YouTube channel and turn on the bell notification so you don't miss a thing. There's the stock air box, which is massive. Dude, it's like literally the size of the engine. It's bigger. It's like longer than the engine is. Why? It's just an air box, bro. While we begin removing the F22 C1 out of our S2000, I want to let you all know double entries are live right now on throtl.com. So every $1 you spend equals 2 times entries to win our S2000 and $20,000 in cash. Take advantage of it while you can because the multiplier window closes Sunday at midnight. I've got most of our electronics, wiring harnesses and all that stuff done up top. There's a couple of things I need to unbolt electrically down here, including the transmission, and then I can tuck the whole harness up out of the way, which means we'll be good to pull the engine out. So we're gonna do that, bring it back down. We have to come back up eventually because I gotta take the exhaust, the transmission, shifter, drive shaft, all that stuff still has to come off the slave. So, but for now I'm focused on getting the wiring harness out.
What about all this?
It's not done, 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 it's not done.
We're not finished.
You got belt to do in order to take that off or what?
Do the game plan here, Will.
Did you already drain this?
Listen up. Will?
Will was out running errands, so he's not in the loop. So here's the up to speed.
Okay.
Coolant's drained, AC has been drained. Okay. We're gonna leave all of this on the engine. The alternator, AC compressor, intake manifold, all that is staying.
Aha.
So now we have to get our exhaust off, and we get our shifter off, and our drive shaft off.
Ah, I got you. This is last step before we get
Compressors, all that stuff is staying on. It would be really cool to get this engine on a stand, like fully dressed still. go. Drive shaft, baby. Drive shaft is off, so I'm going to take our catalytic converter off, which is this guy right here. From there, I'm going to lower the transmission down so Will can get the shifter the rest of the way out. Oh, did you push on the clutch there, Will?
What?
Did you push on the clutch pedal?
Oh yeah. Jesus.
R.I.P. slave cylinder, dog.
Alright, well, there goes the slave.
See you later,
Oh,
slave.
well, didn't need it.
You don't need a slave cylinder, I
You just
guess.
told me to push on the clutch.
Oh, I said, did you push on the clutch?
Oh.
And then you pushed on the clutch.
Oh, well.
It's alright.
Wait, Quinn, explain to the camera what just happened.
Nothing
Come
happened.
here.
Holy
shit.
Miscommunication is what happened.
Jesus, Will, you trying to break your ankles? You can't fix that, Quinn. R.I.P. slave cylinder.
We needed a new one anyway.
Now we do. This is serious.
Who pressed the They're acting as if I was down here and I saw that he had done all this shit.
I knew it!
Oh, it's, yeah, no, it's okay.
Pissing out of this thing.
We're 5 minutes after him asking me to press in the clutch. I thought he was asking me
Well, I
again.
was doing that so I could rotate the drive shaft.
Okay.
Fly out.
Slave off.
All right, from the top, what happened, Quinn? And
I took the slave off the transmission. It was hanging here. It was fine. It was chilling.
So my
Just hanging
perspective,
out.
can I see that that's hanging down?
No, I didn't. I didn't
Okay.
tell you. I didn't warn you.
Okay.
To be fair, this is not 100% new. But then I look at it and it's leaking fluid. I'm like, that's weird. And this is kind of popped out just a little bit. So I asked, hey Will, did you push on the clutch pedal? And Will goes, okay, and then pushes on the clutch pedal and then sends the rest of it out.
So it would have been fine had you not asked me that.
The slave cylinder is smoked now.
so why is it broken though?
Yeah, what
Because
happened?
well, this is supposed to push against the clutch, right? Mm-hmm. So when it's pushing against the clutch pushes back and keeps all of its guts inside of it.
I
When
see.
there's no clutch, when there's
now
no
it's
clutch, you
definitely
press
done.
on it and then it just goes that way with nothing to stop it and then it dies. That's what happened here.
So there should be resistance, but it met no resistance. So
if
it
you
just.
take a slave cylinder off the transmission,
Where's-
don't push on the clutch.
Where's the nipple?
Right here. It's in the trans still. What you said?
All right, Will pulled out the stock S2000 shifter. This looks really similar to the one that was actually in the Freak. And we are replacing it with something else that looks really familiar from the Freak. And that is the hybrid racing, brand new to market, S2000 short shift kit. We have, I think, one of the first ones in the Freak, and it is absolutely amazing. It allows me to find third gear whenever I need it, because in the past I had trouble with that. It's really nice. It replaces basically everything with all new components, really well thought out. So this goes on here, and you can position the shift knob height as well as the location that suits you as a driver, which is really cool. It's gonna last the rest of the life of the car. We also have a few other bits in here that will open later on camera.
We're in good shape. Literally, the only things left are the engine mounts and the transmission mounts, which are already loose. So I'm gonna crack the bolts for the engine mount, the nuts for the engine mount, get those off. We'll come grab our engine crane, pick it up, take everything the rest of the way off, and then go boop, and then she'll be out. And then hit the hood, so we'll probably have to take the hood off. Woo! What the heck?
It's quite the contraption, right?
Jesus. Dude's got like 3 wobbly extensions. All right. All right, we're now at the stage where we need this, and we're gonna see what this looks like. Will and I tried to pull the engine with the transmission attached, and that's not happening. They put this super awesome bar right here. So having this bar here in conjunction with an oil pan that's really long at the front just doesn't allow it. So usually you'll tilt the engine back. If you can get the oil pan to clear, usually it's the steering rack, then you can kind of go, whoop, come right out. But when I was tilting it, we couldn't get the oil pan to clear this, and by the time it was about to clear this, the back section of the valve cover was so deep in this pocket here, there's no way it's coming out. So we're gonna put the engine mount arms back on, rebolt the engine down, take it up, we're gonna pull the transmission off, because once it's level like this, I have plenty of room to come out vertically. Oh, she's seen a little bit of heat. That's not terrible. Still a little bit of life left in it. Oh, there's hot spotting on that. And there's hot spotting on that, so not bad. Not
Probably
terrible.
from Mickey driving it.
Huh?
It's probably from Mickey.
It's probably from Mickey driving it.
Or you. We all had to go at this thing.
Definitely not from me, Will.
Or Brick. Brick drove it.
Yeah, I gave it a little bit of the sauce.
We're pushing the S2K out, engine's out, we're gonna pressure wash it and clean this engine bay out. Looks way better than it did. There's still a couple of little spots that I think need attention, but other than that, it turned out great.
Ricky's already trying to push it, so let's get it going.
The handbrake on?
The S2000 engine bay is cleaned. It looks really nice. We pushed the car back inside. This engine does need a little bit of work. We do have some gaskets here that are leaking, and there's just a lot of crud and grime kind of all over. We're gonna do a whole refresh on this thing. We got a lot coming for this engine. This engine is in really good shape. It does have a few things that we need to address. I want to do some basic maintenance on it. We're actually going to be tearing this thing completely down because we're going to be rebuilding this engine. Whoever wins this car is going to end up with a really good powertrain package that is rebuilt, reliable. It's going to hold the power very nicely, and it's going to sound amazing with this new Greddy turbo kit. So I'm going to start by taking off all the accessory drive stuff. So we're going to take the alternator, the AC compressor, and all the tensioners and pulleys and all that stuff off. We're going to pull the intake manifold off. Then we'll start getting into actually tearing down the long block itself. We're going to start by draining the oil because I didn't do that when we pulled the engine out. We've got most of our accessory drive stuff off. The only thing left is really the water pump housing. So to get to that, we're gonna pull the intake manifold off. I'm gonna try and leave as much stuff on as I can. So this vacuum line, the coolant lines associated with it, I'm gonna try and pull everything off. Fuel rail, throttle body, all off as one piece, so it doesn't like yard sale everywhere. It'll make it a lot easier to put it back together. So we're gonna get that off. Then we're gonna get the water pump housing area sorted off. We'll get the oil filter and cooler and all those lines off. And then we'll take our valve cover off and start taking the top end apart. I broke my extension. There's supposed to be a driver bit socket on it, and there's not, and it broke. We have all the accessory off of our engine, our intake manifold, everything is stripped off and we're ready to start tearing into this thing. Now, the next step is gonna get the crank pulley off. I've never done it on an F22 C1 like this, but on the K-Series, they're notorious for kind of being annoying. They put them on really freaking tight, so hopefully that comes off fairly easily. From there, we're gonna take the oil pan and the timing cover and the valve cover off and start dealing with our timing chain. And once that's done, then we're gonna pull our camshafts out and then get the cylinder head off. So let's keep going. Nope. All of our oil pan hardware has been removed and I've cracked the gasket, and we're gonna take it off and see what this thing looks like on the inside. There's red paint in here. Bro, what are you doing? There's red paint on the outside of the engine, which I understand because the valve cover is painted red. Why is the red paint inside the engine? A lot of this is just like oil buildup crud. So luckily we're gonna clean all this stuff out, and it's kind of everywhere. Not terrible, not the end of the world. A little bit of grimy. This engine could have used more oil changes, for sure. So we have our timing cover, oil pan, and valve covers off, and now we can kind of get our first glimpse of what the inside of the engine looks like. I did notice a few things already. Number one, you're gonna see this brown gunk kind of everywhere. That's usually when I see it, it's either oil changes haven't been done frequently enough, or the car's been sitting for a significant amount of time with oil in it. So that's kind of everywhere. It should come off fairly easily if I just start rubbing it over here. Some of this stuff is coming off. So it's not bad, it's just kind of like staining from old oil. From here, we're gonna put the timing cover back on so I can locate it at TDC on the crank, and then we'll start taking all this stuff off, getting our cams off, getting all this stuff off, and getting prepared to take the cylinder head off. So let's keep going. So I just got our camshafts out and we're inspecting everything. And this is something I do like about Honda engines, is that they use rollers instead of like a flat tappet or like a hydraulic lifter that's flat on it. You get virtually no cam wear. So everything looks really good. There's like zero scoring on any of the lobes or the journals, which is really nice. So everything is in really good shape on the top end. This of course does have a lash adjustment, which we'll have to adjust and set when we put everything back together. But as far as the top end and valve train goes, things in great shape. We have our cylinder head off the engine block, and we're gonna take a look at the cylinder head and the domes of the pistons. Everything looks really good. We do have a little bit less carbon buildup than typically you would see on an engine with this mileage, so everything looks good. The bores look good. When we take the pistons out, we're gonna be measuring the bores for taper and wear and kind of roundness, so we'll get to that when we get there. The cylinder head is kind of the same. Everything looks really good on it. We have a little bit of carbon buildup on the valves and the sides of the cylinder head itself. Nothing too crazy. This gives me really good hope this engine is gonna run really well under boost and we're not gonna have any carbon buildup issues. Of course, this is all gonna get cleaned. We're gonna send the cylinder head for decking to get it cleaned up for the new head gasket. We're gonna clean the block here and we should be good to go. So we're gonna start pulling pistons out, but everything looks really good. Looks good. Aside from the oil stain that we're kind of seeing throughout the rest of the engine, looks like a motor, spins like a motor. Let's pull it apart, keep going. All of the rings are moving around, which is good, including the oil control ring. So a lot of times these oil control rings, you can see in there's like some gunk in it. It doesn't look nice and clean, and there's kind of oil buildup and junk around the sides. But a lot of times these oil control rings, they'll get stuck in place because they'll have like coagulated oil built up, and then they get seized and then they stop working, and then you have like, a lot of cars will start burning oil when that happens. Other than that, it looks pretty good. We have a bit of skirt wear on the sides, which doesn't really concern me that much. The bearings However, something got in here. You can see there's just like a few clean lines like all the way around, and same on the cap here. So not the end of the world. Definitely something we're going to replace because we're going to be putting new main and rod bearings in here. One cool thing about bearings is they're a lot softer than the journal. So they're meant to be the wear item, but they also will, like if something contaminant like a piece of dirt or like a piece of paint or something else like metal gets in there, the bearing will actually like absorb whatever is in there, instead of it going through the bearing and then going back to the oil pan and just doing laps in the engine and destroying stuff. The bearing will try and absorb it, which is really cool. So I'm definitely not going to put these bearings back in there. We already have ACL race bearings here anyways. All of our pistons out and everything seems to be in pretty good shape. There's a few minor things, again, with the bearings. Just kind of every connecting rod bearing had a little bit of wear on it. I think cylinder 3 got it the worst. We have a little bit more wear on the side here and then some more wear where the two bearing shells meet. Rings look good. All of the compression rings on every cylinder are nice and free. The only thing is on cylinder 2, the oil control ring is starting to seize up a little bit. So if I really like try and twist it, I can almost get it to move, but it just doesn't really want to sit free. If I grab some of these other oil control rings, will kind of float around and be super easy to rotate. Cylinder 2 is starting to seize up. So there is a bit of gunk in here, as we've seen taking this engine apart. And if anything, this would have just started consuming a little bit more oil than normal. So I don't think it would really have caused a huge issue with the engine, but down the line, it would have started burning some oil. So aside from that, everything's in good shape. The crank journals, where the connecting rods are concerned, are in good shape. The crank has nothing crazy going on with it. It spins nice. Our thrust seems to be in pretty good spec. So we're gonna measure that thing when we put all the new bearings in it. But for now, let's get this cradle off. Good shape, dude. Good shape. A little bit of oil staining, nothing crazy. Everything looks good. You can see where the oil journal like gallery is in the bearing because it's a lot less worn, but I don't feel anything with my finger indicating that we have like damaged journals or excessive wear. So we'll know when we put the micrometer on it, but everything looks really good. I'm happy with this engine overall. That's gonna be it for today's video, guys. We got our F22 C1 AP2 Honda S2000 engine completely torn down. Everything looks very promising. This engine was in really good running condition. We found a few minor things that we need to correct and fix, which will be fixed with the engine rebuild. So everything looks really good. I think we overall have a really strong, healthy engine to rebuild. And I think overall it's gonna give you guys a really good engine, and one of you is gonna take this car home. So I'm very excited on how this turned out. We have a lot of cleaning to do. We gotta clean all of the RTV off. We had to clean literally all the gunk off the engine block, and a lot of internal cleaning to do to get some of that oil staining off of some of the components, the timing components, the front engine block. There's a lot to do still before we put this engine back together, but thank you guys so much for watching. As always, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you guys in the next video.